Hello, I'm back, all things Shell. Since my last video, I feel a lot better. I put some notes down so that I can address a couple of issues. Let's start off with my stats. I am 6 weeks post-op. My highest weight was 271. My surgery weight was 261, and my current weight today, 235. So I have lost a total of 36 pounds in 6 weeks. Not bad. Some might ask me, do you feel a difference? Do you see a difference? I do feel a difference. I feel less bloated. I feel less restricted. Do I notice a difference? I notice a difference. That leads me into talking about my non-scale victories. Basically, one huge non-scale victory is I'm able to put my wedding ring back on, which I missed a lot. Usually I never took it off, and then when my weight ballooned, all of a sudden I could not get my ring off. So I went through extreme measures to get my rings off, and then once I got them off, I could not put them back on. So I have not wore my wedding ring for quite some time. So something in me told me like, oh, go try it on. And I was able to get it on, and it spins around with no problem. So that's a non-scale victory. Another non-scale victory for me is my clothes. I have a closet full of clothes. Originally, I would say I should have been in, when I was at 271, I should have been in a size, I say 20, but I refused. So the highest in my closet was an 18. So I felt like a marshmallow stuffed in them. So now, when I put my clothes, because basically working from home during the pandemic, I really don't wear clothes. I wear sweats or shorts or something like that, pull-up shorts or t-shirts. So I never really put on clothes, but this past weekend I put on actually jeans, and the last time I put them on, I had to do more than jump up and down to get them on. I had to actually suck, tuck, and roll to get them on, but they slid right on up with no problem. Actually, in my opinion, they were a little too loose. I do like my jeans to fit tight. So the jeans that I paid a lot of money for, I probably will set aside and take them to a tailor and get them altered instead of giving them to charity. In the past, when I dropped a lot of weight, I just gave all my clothes to charity, but I think this time I'm going to get the more expensive items that I have, basically altered. So that's a big difference I noticed in my jeans. And then in my shirts, I put on a shirt, and I'll show you a picture at the end where I wore a shirt that was fitting inside my rolls. So I put the shirt on, and the shirt accentuated every roll I had. And now I put the shirt on, and you can't even see anything. So that was a non-scale victory for me, because I was like, wow, I put this shirt on and it's big on me now. So, and another one is shoes. So with me, I have lymphedema in one leg, my left leg. So always, that shoe is always tight, always. It don't matter if it's a tennis shoe, a heel, a sandal, always tight. This weekend I put on a tennis shoe, slid it on with no problem, did not have an indentation in my top of my foot from it being swollen and compressed in the shoe. Felt good to have room in a shoe. You know, that was another non-scale victory for me. So that was good. But no, it's coming along. Far as eating, I'm gonna go back to my last video where take a look at my last video. The end of that video, I was telling you that I was having trouble eating and swallowing and was going in for an EGD. Well, I did. I went in for an EGD. I had anastomosis, which means a stricture at the junction of where my pouch and the intestines is, that had totally like closed. And the symptoms of that was, with me, it started, which I didn't notice that was a symptom at first. I normally was, at that time, I was on the stage 2 diet. And I normally was eating like scrambled eggs. And then one day, couldn't get the scrambled egg down. It got stuck. It was stuck all day. So when food is stuck, you cannot eat or drink. So I went all day without eating or drinking. And then when it finally passed, I did nothing but drink because I was feeling dehydrated. You get dehydrated real quickly. And then I followed up the next day, tried to take my medicine, which normally since surgery, took my medicine with no problem, swallowed it with no problem. Pill got stuck. And then that's when I started feeling concerned. And then when I couldn't get soup down, I felt concerned and reached out to my doctor. And they wanted me to come in for EGD. So I went to have the EGD and ended up having to get ballooned, what they call ballooned, 2 times. She went down. She couldn't even get the scope in because I was that tight. So she had to balloon that area. And then once she got past that area, she ballooned again. So she ballooned me up to what we say in the bariatric world, 15 millimeters. And then also once she opened me up, she noticed that I had some stitches that had not dissolved yet. So she clipped those out. After the procedure, after the ballooning, my throat was hurting quite a bit, like you had a sore throat, and then my chest was hurting, but that's where she pulled stitches and stuff out. So that was understandable. Went home, took a nap because I was still a little groggy from the anesthesia. Woke up with chills. I had spiked a fever. Totally did not feel well at all. And that took me into the emotional point where normally, this isn't my first rodeo with bariatric surgery. So not being able to eat a large amount of food and limiting foods really doesn't bother me. Been there, done that. The part that really got to me was when, after, first of all, the stricture and not being able to eat or drink anything, water wasn't going down. That emotionally got to me. And then after the EGD and getting ballooned and the sore throat and the chest, and at this point I was afraid. I never thought I'll say this, but I was afraid of food. I was afraid to drink. I was afraid to eat because I didn't know if it will go down, if it will be stuck. Will I have that feeling for hours that I can't relieve? So it took me a while to build up my confidence in drinking and then trying to eat. I had the procedure done on a Wednesday. I think by Friday, I felt confident enough to attempt eating. And I did with no problem. So that weekend, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was praising myself because I was like, yeah, I'm eating some protein. I'm getting all my liquids in, my 64 ounces of fluids in, doing good. I mean, I was sitting on top of the world thinking I'm on my way to recovery. I'm feeling good. My body was feeling good. And then Monday hit. Monday morning, woke up, I felt tight. So I tried to drink some tea. I'm a tea drinker, so I tried to drink some tea, some hot tea, and it went down. I just thought, well, maybe I'm just tight in the morning. Didn't think nothing of it. That lunchtime, I made me some pepperoni bites. I was able to eat one of those, and the second one just didn't feel right. So I stopped it. I was like, I'm not gonna eat that. Then dinner time, I had cooked some cod. I had cooked lemon, garlic, butter cod. It was delicious too. And it was nice and moist. And cod is flaky, so they say, at that point can eat flaky fish. And so I was like, because at that point I was at stage 4 diet. And I was like, okay. So to me, the cod went down. I didn't feel any stuck feeling or anything. Had no problem swallowing. But then 30 minutes later, the throw up started to begin. And it just seemed like I could not get that cod out of my throat. And I just kept going and kept going. And I went into the next day throwing up all day. Couldn't keep nothing down. So then by the next day, I thought, well, hopefully this cod done came out. Couldn't be stuck this long. Tried to drink water. It just sat in my chest. And then that's when I got concerned again, reached out to my doctor again, and they had me come in the next day for another EGD. So I went in for my second EGD within a week's time. And they ended up seeing that my stricture had closed again, just that fast, in less than a week. And so that doctor opened me up to 16 millimeters. This time it was a little less painful. My throat didn't hurt. They squirted some stuff in my throat. Didn't feel a thing. I didn't have the chest pain because I had no stitches to be removed. So I felt fine after that, and I advanced my diet as tolerated, starting with drinking, and then puree type foods, and then went on back to the stage 4 diet with eating a little food, still kind of scared. And still that leads me to today, the 6 weeks, where I still have a fear of food. Technically, with a stage 5 diet, I can eat meats, fruits, cooked vegetables. So with the stage 5 diet, basically, I can eat meats like deli meats. I can eat ground beef, if it's lean, ground turkey. I can eat really cooked, soft vegetables like carrots and green beans and zucchini. I can eat fruits, not citric fruits, but I can have like peeled apples, pineapples, things without skin on them. So, and I should be able to eat a half a cup up to 3 times a day. However, am I doing that? No, because of my fear. I make my plate, I measure it. I do measure everything to make sure I don't get over 4 ounces. I don't want to push the envelope. And I say I take a couple of bites, and either I'm afraid or my mind telling me I'm full. I think more so it's mind saying I'm full because I'm afraid. So I'll take a couple bites. My biggest thing I like to eat now is tuna. Tuna has a lot of protein. I make tuna salad, or I just eat the tuna straight out the can, tuna and water. So tuna is my big thing. Go down with no problem. My stomach has no problem with it. Now, I have ran across things that don't agree with my stomach, and it lets me know in advance that you cannot eat this. So I'm working on that. I'm working on balancing out my diet with the protein and the vegetables, and then trying to eat 3 times a day. But the good thing is I can eat. I don't have that stuck feeling. I can drink. I can take my medicine with no problem. I'm feeling good. Basically, I think that's about it. Yeah, that's my 6 weeks. So look at the picture that I will be attaching, and like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think or if you have any questions. And until I see you next time, have a great day.